Warning, the following show features stunts performed either by professionals or under the supervision of professionals. Accordingly, the reality guys and producers must insist that none of these opinions be taken as facts. Now, please enjoy the show.
Welcome back to the Reality Guys. I'm your host, Billy Blinks, joined as always by my co-host, Brian.
Hello.
And Kevin.
Hello.
As you can see here in the title, we're here to talk the Challenge All-Stars Season 3. We are on episode 9. So part, I would say 1.1.5 of the finale. The finale of the season will be next week. So this one still, we had a little bit of business to clean up from last week. We had to finish our elimination challenge, our pole wrestling. We actually left off with Derek and Nehemiah in the middle of their match. Everyone screaming bloody murder like it's a Roman gladiator match. Kill him, rip it off, stomp his children, like that. It got pretty intense from the crowd. And Nehemiah ended up taking it home, making Derek the last male eliminated from the challenge, and also giving Nehemiah 5 stars, giving him the most stars in the game. Guys, reaction to that until we get to my kind of first complaint of the episode.
I just would say that quickly that karma, they love karma on the show.
Yeah.
I definitely do. That also being said, I'm glad that karma happened. Like I for some reason I just knew it was, but like it was like a sweet victory in my mind. It's just because Derek skated the whole time, like didn't do anything. Kind of Nehemiah was like had his backs against the rope the whole time and just ripped that out of his hand. It was awesome.
No need for Derek to make the comments like before when he picks Nehemiah saying that he's going to take the easier route.
Right.
Dude,
There's
no
reason to give no reason.
It's almost like they tell them to say something like that. Like it's just too good to be true.
There's no reason.
Karma it happens so often.
Kayla and Kellyanne didn't have to do a challenge. Here we go, Brian. This is the same thing I got. So we had a commenter complain about me last week, and I'm going to do it again. Like, no, I want there to be a damn elimination. This is why I complained about the thing about Veronica. Veronica wanted to stay. Veronica didn't want to leave. Okay, yeah, she had a gnarly broken toe. Whatever. Like, oh my God, let her just do the elimination then. Let her do the elimination. She would lose. Well, this is the point. Like, have more reserves. Like, I don't care if it's late in the game. Make an excuse. Take the person who just got eliminated and give them a redemption. I don't care. Just do something.
Or let them go with a broken toe.
Yeah, that was my thing last week. But I'm saying even if they can't do that, then like there's other ways to like have to do a mercenary. Like you have to beat the mercenary. If you don't beat the mercenary, you're not in the final. They can work around. They will make it. Get rid of the stupid tandem bike. I mean, again, we'll get there, but like.
Yeah, what if they had like a stand-in that was like, all right, do you want to press your all right, you can send them in if they win, you're still okay. But if they're not, and the stand-in would just be like, it wouldn't be like bringing in CT. It would be like bringing in, I don't know, maybe who's the dude? What's the dude's name that dates like Cara Maria?
Like
somebody who's just like
or something. Well, yeah,
Paul, yeah,
just anybody at that level,
not,
whatever.
Dominant,
anybody. Just stop reviewing the show, Bill.
I'm not. Apparently, I have to stop reviewing the show since I had complained.
Dude, it was ugly AF. Come on.
So,
I still haven't looked at the toe.
I did look at the toe. It was ugly, but
I didn't look at it.
The toe. Anyway, there was a challenge though before we get to the final. This was almost kind of like a seeding challenge. It was a trivia challenge based on the photo album wall that they had in the house. It was tough. It definitely caught people off. John A and Wes won for the men, which kind of made sense. They didn't say what the advantage was going to be. So we know they had an advantage going into the final. And then we also know that the star holders had a advantage, but we didn't know what that advantage was. So we're going to get to the final challenge. Oh, before we get to the final challenge, obviously the episode was called Cheater. The whole Kayla and Nia thing, Nia accusing Kayla of copying her, even though Kayla finished before her. I don't care. Cheat, whatever. It seemed like the producers didn't care. So why the hell would Kayla care? Does anyone here care?
I mean, first things first is that happens all the time. So
right. That's why they clear the board.
It's all part of it. Yeah.
You're
You know what I mean?
allowed to
Like,
cheat.
all the smart people cleared the board. That's why they do that.
Second of all, well, yeah, but I mean, like
He was
she
still
couldn't clear
working,
the
but
board.
I know,
yeah.
but I'm
But-
just saying everyone knows
Yeah.
that
But
people
second
can
of
cheat.
all, she definitely did cheat. Like there's no doubt. I mean, cheat
what?
loosely, but like it was more her claiming like I didn't look at her. Like I think that's what
that's
pissed me
true.
off.
But if you're cheating, you're not going to admit you cheated.
Right. I thought this challenge was really cool. Like it's like
So
a
did I.
secret on, like, you know, when you're playing a video game or something and you like they quiz you at the end on all
They're
the stuff. This is
Easter
what it
eggs.
reminded me of.
Yeah,
I
I
thought it was really cool.
That I liked it. I mean, again, it was no surprise with Wes and John A. They are definitely
Yeah.
two of the
Dude, I'm so aloof to that shit though. I would like. There's no way
I
I'd be able to.
Naya
Especially when it's
and
like,
Brad
who's walking?
lose.
Well, like all of them are technically walking in these pictures.
Yeah, Naya and Brad lose, so they're going to be going last. So we get to the final challenge. So the final challenge is interesting. So it's going to be going in checkpoints and transition legs. So for the transitional legs, which is in between the checkpoints, you do get randomly paired with a person of the opposite sex. There is scoring though for each leg and checkpoint. So it basically seems like they're doing like the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 as far as how your scoring goes. I love that, and they tracked it during the episode, and I kept track of it from the final 3 times they showed the score. I'll be able to kind of track as we go here. I really love that. This is really cool. It's stuff that we complained about the last couple seasons in the regular challenge that we never knew like where they stood during the finals, and we thought editing could have really deceptively made a blowout look like something close. We know where everyone stands at all times. Anybody else have a kind of a complaint about that? But I think
Well, they're kind of smart about it. They know that like unless you're keeping track at home, you still don't know the score, but they are giving you the information that if you wanted to know, you could. So I like that. I don't know. I like the fact at least it gives if you wanted to know.
No,
Thank God Yes didn't make the final because that bike challenge automatic 5 points.
automatic
With a wheelie the whole time.
Yep. Yeah. On the back, somebody's in front of him. And he's
sitting on the handlebars. And he's just.
He would have fixed that chain up real quick.
That does suck that it happens to him every time.
So with there being the stars having to come into play. So Nehemiah having the most stars for the men, and it was John A, correct? John A had the most for the women. They start with 5 points. That's huge.
Yeah, no,
I mean, that's huge. And this is exactly what Wes talked about with bananas last week. Should I go in? And now in hindsight, Wes didn't make any comments, but like, I think Wes could have taken Derek.
Yeah. I think Wes probably is going to win. He's hungry.
Dude, he's a beast.
Yeah.
I do like the point that he made, and we bring this up too in the seasons that like, why are these people binge drinking the night before
I agree.
the final
It's
challenge?
dumb.
He's like, what is wrong with these people? Like, why do they do this? And it makes sense. I mean, it doesn't mean that like automatically he's going to win, but like he definitely feels the least crappy of all of them.
Right. If you looked at that scene really quickly, it looks like he's wearing no pants because he's so white and his underwear is so white.
I'm allowed to say it because I'm a pale dude myself. He
Not as pale as him.
Fuck. Yeah, he's
Like,
pale.
his light's making me look pale. I'm not that pale.
Right.
Like, but he is pale. Kevin, you're not pale.
Yeah.
Like, you're probably the tannest guy here.
Well, I work outside fucking like
Bill
hours
pretty
a day.
tan too.
Yeah,
But,
this
yeah,
light
it's
is
the light.
It's
bright.
the ring light. It's the ring light.
If
Like,
I
this-
took off my
this
shirt
white.
right now, you'd be like, "Oh God."
Another interesting aspect of the final and for the actual checkpoints is that you basically have to choose your person. It's like a Mario Party duel.
Yeah.
You
Mhm.
pick somebody who you have to go up against, and that's how it decides if you end up getting the 5 points or the whatever for that. Those kind of like dual rounds, which is really cool. And it leads to interesting decisions. Like you're basically like choose your own destiny here, but you're gonna have to live with your choices. And I like that. Again, I like there kind of being almost instant consequences for your choices in the final, which is cool.
Right. And if you want to get first, you get to pick. Like,
Yep.
The higher you get, like the quicker you
A
finish.
better chance. Yeah.
Yeah. Do we think that the Challenge USA is going to kind of like match how they're doing these? You know how they're like doing like a team every week? Do you think they're going to be kind of like challenges?
Remember in the preview,
Yeah, they
Brian
said that, I
that
think.
the algorithm was going to
Yeah.
match them every week. And
Oh
that's
yeah,
gonna
you didn't
be-
believe it. You didn't trust the algorithm.
I don't trust the algorithm. I need this. I need that. This is the kind of matching I want.
Well,
Mhm.
I think obviously with that show, it's gonna be just like greatest hits of the actual weekly challenges that we've seen over the years. Like
I hope so.
I think it will be. I really do. I think if they're going to put that on CBS, I think they know that it has to be of a certain quality and draw certain numbers. And to be fair, guys, on MTV and actually on cable, the challenge is the highest non-scripted rated show, 18 to 49, literally on television, which is outrageous. So if you throw that on a channel like CBS, which skews really high, it's all like 50 plus is like the main people. CBS is the most watched station, but it's all because all old people watch. Sorry if you're older watching, but it's the truth. It's all older people watching like NCIS and CSI and like things like that, but they get 20 million people watching an episode. So it's just what it is. So I think it makes sense to try to draw a younger audience into there. And then obviously they're going to try to skew everyone into Paramount Plus for that finale season where all the winners are put together. So I think it's interesting. I'm willing to give it a shot. I hope it works. I mean, it's more content for us to cover. More challenges good for us.
Yeah, it's like a mixture of things we all like. I hope they have like Jeff Probst and all those like hosts like are like a Illuminati there, like deciding like in the background or something like that. That'd be so cool. Like TJ,
the guest bartenders.
Yeah, right.
Watch the show where they have like 5 people over a season, and it's just the most ridiculously like random challenge. It's called Taskmaster.
Okay. I'm joking.
And like if they did that, it would be really funny. It would be really awesome, actually.
They well, I'm just gonna kind of run through some of the challenges that they showed so far. Transitions in pairs, like I said. So there was a paddle out to a buoy. You had to build your boat. You have to get out around the buoy first. Each winner got 5 points. Nehemiah beat Mark. Wes beat Brad. Nia beat John A. Kayla beat Kellyanne. Kellyanne did have a funny line. She said, "My give a f meter is 0." When she realized she lost the race, she just said, "I'm just going to lay out here and wait to get rescued," which I thought was really funny.
I mean, that was funny until she did it like 4 times again later on.
Well, so after that leg, Nehemiah had 13, Wes 9, Mark 2, Brad 1 for the women, John A 9, Kayla 8, Nia 6, Kellyanne 2. The next transition was tandem bike pairings. It was Wes and Kayla, Brad and Kellyanne, Mark and John A, and Mark's bike chain broke again. So that's 2 finals in All Stars where Mark has had a pedal and or chain break for a bike.
Too big.
My thought process on this is, dude, give them real bikes. Don't, like, give them bikes that's
yeah. Give them like a, what is it, Huffy?
Beach cruisers.
Yeah, Mongoose. Something that has like some like clout behind the name.
Yeah.
Not ones that built.
Not like a beach cruiser tandem bike.
Yeah,
like,
that built before he came. He donated.
Yeah, but I like that because they didn't give them like cool mountain bikes. They gave them horrible bikes. I actually like the fact of it, but like I'm curious how long, and again, that's editing, how long they let them be out. I'm sure they gave them a bike pretty quick. I don't think they were going to screw them and leave them out there forever. If they did, cool, whatever. I don't really care.
No, I think he's going to have to run with it.
Good. It's the finals. This is what they need.
Right.
Next checkpoint was the colored star puzzle. I thought this was pretty tough. There's 4 rows of 9 stars. Each row has 1 star that's different from the answer key down the road. Wes and John A did it in like 1 run.
Yeah, pretty good.
Wild accuracy.
I don't get it. Like, my brain just doesn't work that way. I would have gone and looked at it and gone, no.
Nia and Brad also win their heats, but Wes and John A were like instant. They showed them clearing it very quickly.
So when I was watching this, I must have walked out of the room for that explanation of what they're looking for. So they were just like, I'm like, what are they looking at that they're getting these right? I'm looking at the stars. Now it makes sense.
Dude, I thought at first they would
rewind,
go back and make like an identical one. You know how they do that sometimes? I thought they were going to do that. I was like, this is possible. Like,
so after that checkpoint for the men, Wes is in the lead now, 18, Nehemiah 15, Brad 9, Mark 3. For the women, John A 15, Nia 13 now in second, Kayla with 12, Kellyanne with 5. The next one that we are getting is the tandem kayak. Nehemiah and Kayla, Brad and John A, Kellyanne and Mark, and Wes and Nia. This is kind of where they kind of leave us off here. I like it. I think Wes is in a really good spot right now. it looks really interesting from the preview that there's going to be an overnight portion and an eating portion,
Yes.
definitely, and probably one more running, I'm guessing. So probably 3 more checkpoints next week. Pretty good. That gets them like 6. I mean, that's a good challenge. That's a good
Yeah.
final.
For sure.
I think there's something
Women-wise,
puking. Like the food thing. I think it's like, how much can you puke this out?
it's really interesting though. I mean, it's obviously, in my opinion, it's obviously only gonna be Western Nehemiah. I think they both have that comfortable cushion. But John A with 15, Nye with 13, and Kayla with 12, it's literally anybody's game, which is really interesting in my opinion.
If you
You know,
eat a live man's penis, you get 50 points. And I heard in the food round.
Brad would basically have to beat Wes and Nehemiah in each
Yeah,
of
I'd
the
be there
next
for
games,
one
like one-on-one, like have to
Yeah.
seek them out and beat them to try to gain. And if Wes is smart and he can avoid heads up with Nehemiah, or even just do one with Nehemiah and beat him, then he basically has it
Yeah.
in
Mhm.
in the can. It looks like they had like a wrestling thing or something too, like
That's on like a raft, right?
like a sumo type
Yeah.
of thing. Yeah. So it looks like that's basically what there's challenge to be: an overnight portion, eating, and probably that physical challenge, like pushing a person off the raft. That
Do you
being
guys
said,
like the overnight ones? Where it's
Yeah.
like, all right, the person with 5
I would
stars
hate
gets
it.
to stay at
It would
the-
suck. That's why I think it's good.
it's
Yeah.
good because I would hate it. I mean, again, the food thing is
Dude, give
always
me
the
an
worst one for
Adderall.
me.
I'm good to go.
The
But-
You've
food
seen him
ones-
eat a grown man's penis before?
The food would be the worst one for me, but I think the overnights were tough in the ones where they were like in really cold places.
Yeah,
The hot
two-
places
two-
aren't
yeah.
that bad overnight.
and you can't sit down, or it's like
The
straight with your partner.
standing one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm curious what it's going to be. It's always like one person gets to sort of sleep, but like you never get to sleep.
Yeah, you get to sort of sleep in freezing cold weather with a blanket.
So, I mean, that's our thoughts. Obviously, we're going to have an episode next week on the finale. Waleed said he will be on for that as well. But for myself, Brian, Kevin, thank you. Peace.
See ya.